I have always said it that donuts, aka bombolonis, I mean these pillowy, these airy, fluffy donuts are particularly a labor of love. If you know, you know. This is not the regular donuts that is being sold outside. This one right here, I promise you, is a labor of love. And today I'll be taking you step by step how you can make these yummy donuts at home. And yes, I hear that this is trending now, so let's hop right into it. Okay. Hey my friends, my name is Uzoms the Billionaire, and you're absolutely welcome to today's recipe. Oh my god, I am so glad you're here. Thank you so much for clicking to watch this particular video. Special welcome to my new subscribers. If you're new in town, thank you so much for stopping by. Trust me, you will enjoy the fact that you stopped by. So thank you once again. Remember to subscribe as you're here, okay? And then if you're not new, friends, thank you for always. You guys are my MVPs. You guys, let's not talk too much. Let's just rush into this recipe, okay? To make your airy, pillowy donuts, you need just a few ingredients, okay? First I added was my butter. You add your butter, you add just one egg. Just one egg is fine. You don't need plenty eggs. Okay, I went ahead to add my flour. Here I used about 4 cups of flour, and I went ahead to add my sugar, just basically like half cup. Friends, trust me when I say you do not need a lot of sugar for your donuts. You don't need a lot, just half is fine. Okay, now we'll go ahead to add our yeast. Here I'm going to be using 1 tablespoon of yeast, and that is all the ingredients you're going to be using. Remember to add a cup of water. Okay, that is it for the donut mixture, and all you want to do right now is just to use your mixer and mix this dough for 20 minutes non-stop. Okay, 20 minutes non-stop. It is so important for you to do this for 20 minutes, but then again it depends on how good your mixer is. Here I'm using KitchenAid, and KitchenAid is really a very good mixer, so I don't need to pause it and stop for it to rest. But if your mixer is not as strong as this, please need for like 2 minutes or 4 minutes, stop for 2 minutes for it to rest, need for another 4 minutes, stop for 2 minutes again for it to rest till you hit 20 minutes. I hope you really understand, okay? Because this kneading process is the secret to the most fluffy donut. Friends, believe me when I say this kneading is the secret to the most fluffy donuts. First secret is getting your measurements right, and the second secret is this kneading process. Once you can get these two things right and you allow the donuts to rise in a very good environment, oh my god, you're gonna have the best pillowy, delicious, airy bombolonis. Okay, so that is the secret I'm telling you about, friends. Make sure you need it, and if you don't have a mixer, not to worry. You just have to roll up your sleeve and you're gonna mix that thing for about 40 to 45 minutes. Yes, you're gonna use your hand to keep kneading the dough for like 40 to 45 minutes. Friends, let me tell you one thing. Once upon a time in my life, I mean basically like 3 years ago, I was one of the biggest donut sellers. If you know, you know. You guys, I sold donuts so much that me use my leg run. I mean, if you're not a Nigerian, let me just explain. I sold donuts so much that I ran away because the volume of orders became a lot, and man, this thing is time consuming. If you know anything about donuts, you know that it is time consuming. And then to even make pillowy, fluffy, airy donuts like bombolonis, that is your feel donuts, the one that they now call Milky donuts. Okay, those things take time, I promise you. Now you're watching it, you're gonna understand. So literally I ran away. So I'm telling you the secret to what made my donuts. So please believe everything I'm telling you. I'm gonna be telling you the tips that will make your donuts come out fluffy and airy and fat. Okay, and I've already said two. That is your measurement. The second one is letting it, kneading it for that amount of time with your mixer, 20 minutes. But without your mixer, with your hand, you got to do it for like 40 to 45 minutes. Yes, before I bought a mixer, trust me, I was once kneading this thing with my hand. I'll call my husband will help me and be kneading because of the volume of orders I have. He had to help me before going to work and all of that till I ran away. Okay, so please knead it, but do not over knead it. Yes, now we have cut it. I measured it to 70 or 75 grams, molded it and then allowed it to rise. This is it. It is so fat. I really love to shake it. Now it's so airy. Like when you touch this thing right now, it doesn't have any weight because I have activated the yeast, and it is ready to be fried. Friends, let me tell you the secret to making your yeast to rise quickly, because you have to use good yeast though, friends. If your yeast is not good, believe me when I say your bombolonis, it will not even rise. You just have hard rock waiting for you. Okay, so your yeast is important. Friends, whatever you do, make sure you use good yeast. Test your yeast first before using it. You can test it by adding yeast to water, a little bit of water, and then maybe small sugar. Cover it and keep it in a warm place. Okay, come back like 10 minutes later. If you see bubbles around it or it has increased, okay, you know that your yeast is fine. But if it does not do anything, please do not bother, because you are it's error on arrival. It won't rise. You will not have these fluffy fatties here. Okay, so that's another tip for you. Make sure you use good yeast. If your yeast is not good, don't bother, go and buy good yeast. Okay, second thing is you must proof your donuts before you start frying. And when I mean proof, you must allow the yeast to rise. Friends, it is so important. So what I would normally do is to turn on my oven for about 15 minutes or even 10 minutes. Then you are basically preheating your oven. Okay, when it gets hot, open it and let that extra heat go off. You just want your oven to be warm. Okay, warm. You can still put your hand inside, but you can't stay long inside. That's basically the temperature you want. Okay, now when you fluffed out the extra heat, please, your oven should not be hot, friends. It just needs to be warm, just warm. Okay, now you're gonna add that your already cut dough in there and just let it rise. In like 45 minutes to even 50 minutes, it's gonna rise perfectly. Now after that, let me say 50 minutes, you now before the 50 minutes time, you want to start preheating your oil. Please, your oil must not be hot. Oh my god, your oil must not be hot. Friends, anytime you want to make bombolonis, that's this donut, please come back to this video, play it and follow the tips I've already shared. It is so important. Just play it. Okay, don't let the oil be too hot. How you test your oil is just add a little bit of flour in the oil. If it quickly starts scattering everywhere, just know that your oil is too hot. But if it separates gently, I showed you something like that previously, so you want to rewind it if you're making your bombolonis. Okay, if it separates gently, just know your oil is perfect. Or another way to check it is to dip your skewer into your oil, into the oil, and if it start bubbling up immediately, just know your oil is too hot. But if it takes time, just know that your oil is perfect. I know I've said a lot, but please, whenever you want to make your donuts, come back to this video, follow these tips, and you will get this perfect donut. You guys, trust me, I was one of the best donut sellers in Lagos. I kid you not. I had so much orders, I mean daily orders. I ran away. In fact, people still ask me till today if I still sell bombolonis, but I'm like, you guys, I beg. These things take a lot of time. It takes time because you're gonna need it for a certain number of minutes. You now allow it to proof, and then the frying process. Now imagine making an order of 1,000 4,000, so you need a lot. So those are the things that made me run away from the business. But trust me, I made a lot of money selling this thing. During COVID and even after COVID, I made so much money selling these beauties. So don't ignore this video. You can make a lot of money selling your bombolonis, aka filled donuts, aka Milky donuts. Another tips to making the perfect, beautiful bombolonis is how you pick up your donuts. Good. You can either make or mail your donuts like this. I'm telling you the gospel truths. Friends, when picking up your donuts, you gotta be super careful because every of your fingerprints will show after frying it. Yes, that's why you notice some people would usually use parchment paper and put it on top of it, but I really believe it's a waste of parchment paper. If you're gentle, you can rally your way around it, but if you know that you will not get it, just use parchment paper. Okay, but whenever I want to carry it, I make sure I floor my hand very well and I just lift it. I turn it and then lift it, like literally like a baby, like an egg, because every of your fingerprints or every dent will show. This dent that is showing on that donut right now is as a result of the way it was carried. So please carry it gently. These things are babies, I'm telling you. They are little babies, little fatties. Okay, so carry them gently. And the thing at the beginning of the video, I said that making these donuts or bombolonis, like I would usually call them, really is a labor of love because every detail you take it into consideration. I mean, you can't even ignore any part of making these. Okay, because if you malhandle it, you will not like the result. So you gotta be careful with these things. Personally, I prefer my donuts plain. I mean, I just love them plain, but I mean, this Milky donut is so good as well. Oh my god. So I decided to jump on the trend to try, putting the milk all over and, all of that. So that's just basically what I'm doing. Friends, whenever you're doing this, please make sure that your donuts do not get cold. If they get cold, the milk will not attach to the skin of the donuts. Please take note of what I just said. If the donuts get very cold, it will not, the milk will not stick to the body, but make sure it's still, hot to warm. That way, the skin of the donut, can gum the milk to it. Okay, the milk can literally stick to the donuts easily. Okay, but trust me, if it's not, it will just be falling off on its own. It won't stick. And you want to make this milky. If your customer wants milky donut, this is exactly what you want to do. You can, if you want to leave the white lines, you can as well leave the white lines out. Don't let the milk touch the white lines, okay, before packaging it. Just do this gently and you will love the results. Now I did one part to be milky and the other part not milky because I love my donuts plain. And I mean, just make hot coffee or just make your fresh pineapple juice that is chilled and enjoy this. It is usually so good. Now friends, the reason why I'm showing this part of this video is I wanted you to see how rough the top is. That's because I malhandled it. Okay, whenever you malhandle your donuts, that's you don't carry it gently, it will be rough. So if you want that fine looking donut that the skin looks like it's doing a skincare routine, yes, because some donuts be looking like they are doing skincare routine. Okay, so if that's your target, you gotta be really careful when lifting the donuts. Friends, if you're not sure you can do this gently and clean, please just use a parchment paper, cut it into different sizes, and for each donut you're just gonna place it on top. okay? And that is it. And when you bring it out, please be careful with your bombolonis, because every dent will show. Like this one now, I touched it, just small touch, oh, and it already showed that it's punctured. That's why I say this thing is a serious labor of love. You got to handle it with care. I mean, so much care. You guys can see that this dent now, just because I touched it, oh, not anything, no, just because I touched it. So you gotta be really careful when it comes to your donuts. Yes, I'm telling you, these things, oh my god, they are a real labor of love. Now these are ready and I'm so happy. I love to make this, funny enough. I really love to make it, even though it's time consuming, and the care for it is like you're almost caring for a little baby, and it's so annoying, very annoying something. Okay, so this is it. I'm still going to show you how to make, one of my fillings for it, friend. Oh my god, that filling is so nice. I have a lot of filling recipe, but I'm just going to share one with you for the purpose of this video. Friends, if you're watching up until this moment and you love what you're watching, please do not forget to support Uzom's Kitchen by liking our videos, sharing it. Friends, when you share, you are literally supporting Uzom's Kitchen. You are literally helping us to grow, because when you share to other platforms, people will see me and see those recipes and they can click to watch. So please, friends, support Uzom's Kitchen by sharing. Okay, please do not forget to subscribe. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. The subscribe button is just by the right corner down below. Subscribe to join us. I really cannot wait to have you as part of our community members. Okay. Then friends, please comment. I want to know what you think about this recipe. If you have questions, I'm always here to answer. I will always come back to respond. So drop your questions in the comment section and I will get back to it. Friends, I really want to crave your indulgence. Please support Uzom's Kitchen. Help us to grow. Another way you can help Uzom's Kitchen to grow is by going to our channel. You will see where they wrote playlists. You can just run our playlist through the day. Okay, you can just play it as you're walking. It's a silent live, okay, meaning there is no sound, there's no picture, nothing is showing, it's just playing. But whenever you join all those our silent lives, you're literally supporting Uzom's Kitchen. You're helping us to meet our YouTube channel target. Okay, so please go to my channel, check for our playlist and just run it through. Even as you're walking, when you're going to bed, you just want to play it and run it through the night. Friends, I would really appreciate this support from you. It will mean a lot to me and I'm really counting on you, because YouTube is a lot. Oh my goodness. YouTube is a lot and I've been grinding on here. So friends, please, thank you for those of you that have been holding my hands through this. I see every one of you. Oh my god, I really see you and I'm so grateful. Okay, thank you once more, friends. I love you. Now let's jump right into our bombolonis. We are almost done, and for the sake of you that might be asking for the specific measurement, I will drop the specific measurement at the end of this video, so you gotta watch to the end and listen very well for it. Okay, for the milky filling, all I'm going to be using is just two different ingredients, basically milk. Okay, this is the one that is trending, so that's what I'm showing you. You can go ahead and use your cooking cream or heavy cream or even whipping cream. All of these are the same. Just bring out your whipped cream, add it, and then add your powdered milk. That is all, friends. The trick to making your that cream or that filling, the creamy filling, to stand and look fine in your bombolonis, rather in your donut, is to make it very thick. Okay, you don't this mixture shouldn't be runny. If it's runny, you have missed it. So it should be thick and fluffy. Before I used my whipping cream, I actually fluffed it off with my what's the name again, with my mixer for a few minutes, to make it very fluffy. Okay, that way I didn't use too much milk. So you can go ahead and use it like that, it's fine, but you might just have to use more milk, to make it thick. The consistency has to be thick, the thicker the better. So if you want it to be fluffy, basically just put in your mixer and let it mix. Okay, like egg, it's gonna start floating like egg, it's gonna be able to stand. That way, when you put in your donuts, I just didn't have time to make this video. I made this video very late last night. That is 9th of April. That's just yesterday. Okay, as at 11 I was still making this just so that I'll meet up with my content. So just fluff it in your mixer, and trust me, you will get a good result. When you put it in your donut, it's gonna stand, it won't pour. Okay, it won't pour at all. That's my secret to making it stand. You guys, I know this can be a lot, but by the time you start doing it and you get a hang of it, you will now start enjoying it. And then for those of you that want to start a business with it, you need hands, you need people to help you. Trust me, you can't run this business on your own, especially if you want to grow in it. You have to have people that help you. I'm telling you, you can't survive doing this alone. Yes, friends. If you have a piping bag, you can just add it to this, but I didn't want to use piping bag because I know some people might not have piping bag, even though I do have it. Okay, just bring out this small nylon there and add it inside and just pinch it open small, not too much. You don't want it to be too the hole to be too open. Okay, now use a knife to cut through your bomboloni, just very calm. And friends, please don't do this while the bomboloni is hot. I call this bomboloni a lot because that's why I used to sell then. Okay, please do not do this when it's still hot, when your donut is still hot. You must have left it to cool down. It is so important. If you do it while it's hot, once you add your cream, the heat in the donut will make it pour. Okay, it will make it pour. Yeah, so make sure it has cooled down properly and is cold before starting to do this process. Please don't forget, if you do it when it's still hot, it's going to pour. Now just go ahead and pinch it inside and just pour it gradually, just as so. When I tell you that this was one of my best sellers then, okay, especially my filled donuts, the ones that have fillings inside, I had I had different fillings. Okay, this was one of my best sellers. I would sell this every single day in multiples. It was a lot. But guess what, it is so yummy. And for you, my friends, that has watched up until this moment, let me give you the proper measurements I use. Now you need 50 grams of butter, you need a tablespoon of yeast, you need 500 grams of flour, you need 120 grams of sugar and 1 egg, as well as 1 cup of water. This is all you need. Okay, now tell me thank you in the comment section, because if you want to start a business with this, I promise you, you're gonna sell. I give you my words for it, because I made a lot of money with this, and I've literally given you my recipe. So yes, you can make a lot of money using this recipe. Just package it well, cost it well, and go ahead and make your money. I love you, and that is why I am sharing this. Normally it's a paid class. I have always sold this recipe. It's not free, but today I am generous enough to give it to you. So please let me know what you think in the comment section. Remember to blow me kisses. Okay. Now we are done with today's recipe. Trust me, when you make this, people will always come back to order from you. You have my words for it. Thank you so much, friends, once more for joining. I am so grateful you watched up until this moment. Friends, remember you can support Uzom's Kitchen by liking this video. You can also support us by sharing. Okay, let other people see the recipe, and when they see it, they can as well subscribe. Friends, you can as well support us by subscribing to our channel to officially join Uzom's Kitchen cooking family. Okay, remember to watch some of our previous video, which I'm gonna link up right now. Click to watch, and then remember to watch our playlist, just running through the night, like I said earlier on. I love you guys so much, but Jesus loves you most. Bye.